We're here at Karlo Estates, and we're taking in a performance of a play called Love Letters. The author, the playwright, is A.R. Gurney. He was an American playwright, and the premise of the story is two people, male, female character, that grew up together. And they began writing letters and Valentine's cards and Christmas cards when they were quite young. So it begins by hearing these letters being written as these people are now 50 years down the road. And they have this set of letters that they are reading aloud to each other. And we get the development of life in many respects about how passages change, how two people grow up together and they go off in different directions, maybe marry others or go abroad or whatnot. But ultimately, there's always this deep connection that goes on. And this is what the story presents. And so it's a very human story. The language is very human. There's that innocence of childhood, and then there's that sort of that mid-teen, and one is coming from a family with money, the other not. And it spells out too what the difference can be or not to be. And so it's a kind of a evolution of stories. It premiered in New York City in about 1987. And what I found refreshing is that a lot of work evolves like that. Could be a reading in the coffee house or something like that. But in this case, it was the playwright himself with a female actor read it. And then it moved on to a small theater and eventually started to get known. And it became nominated for a Pulitzer Award. And the beauty of it and how it has traveled so well is that well-known actors would take it on because they didn't have to rehearse. It was more of a reading. They would get the script in advance and they would read it to get into the character, but it wasn't like they spend 80 hours or 100 hours of rehearsal in advance. So they can pull in, and you look at the list, it reads like a telephone book of all of the characters that have, all of the well-known actors that have read this. And therefore, that's what helped its popularity. As a playwright myself, the simplicity of the idea, its ability to travel well, brilliant in doing that way. And normally Théâtre Roulant, our theater company, we do all original work. In this case, in partnering with Karlo Estates, we decided to bring this in. The actors have done this before. We saw it as, again, last minute, fairly easy read, easy to perform. And so we put this little stage in and was able to sort of bring it to an audience, and I think it's being enjoyed. Thank you.
Every place I go, I think of you, and every song I sing for you. When I come back, I'll wear